Hey, I'm Jack Smith. This is Kevon Owen. We're clinical therapists today to give you some tips on bullying.
What is bullying? How do we classify it?
I would probably say it's unprovoked assault, whether emotionally, verbally, or physically. Usually happens with kids and teenagers. It can happen as adults too. We do see it, but typically it's more in teenage level. But I would be careful as we're parents and our kids come home and might say that I've been bullied. We need to make sure that our kids aren't a cause of it. And I know that's hard to say sometimes. We want to think that our kids are perfect and they don't do anything wrong. But we have to understand that if our kids are provoking somebody and then they retaliate, even though that might be an inappropriate action, our kids still had something to do with it. So we need to make sure that we understand how he is socially and what's going on in his life and how he is with other people before we define it as bullying.
Bullying is a hot button word, and a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are responding very strong to it. So when you drop the word bully, you have created a villain. And maybe the kids have made poor choices, but oftentimes kids just don't really know how to handle. So if it's a transaction, if it's one interaction, you did this, so I hit you. You said this, so I said that. Be careful with the word bullying. It is a poor choice, but it may not be bullying. Bullying is unrelenting, and it's highly malicious in nature. As a parent, what you can do is you can be a resource, to let them know if it is bullying, if it's bullying or is this a bad transaction or a bad interaction. You could also help your kid to know appropriate means of handling what just happened to them. Yeah. Give them choices, give them other responses, other interpretations of what happened, and so that they can know what to do. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes in the worst case scenarios, when bullying results in the worst outcome, when kids hurt themselves or when bad things happen, it's because kids have been alone dealing with this for a very long time.
I agree. I think as a parent, one thing you can do is to protect your child emotionally. Make sure you explain about bullies and why people bully people. Obviously, if your life is great, you're not going to be bullying people. So explain to them how that this isn't your fault. This is other people that are trying to take on some of their misery out by bullying other people, so that you can protect them emotionally, because you don't want your kid to think that it's his fault, first off, if he is truly being bullied in the sense that we've talked about. The other thing is to protect him physically, that he's not getting bullied anymore. I would say is to go up the chain of command at the school, talk to the teacher, then the principal, and if it's my kid, I'm going to be unrelenting on this as well. The squeaky wheel gets greased, and I will be up there every day if I have to, if my child is really getting bullied. So as a parent, you have to be willing to go through those steps as well.
It's a different world. Back when I was a kid, there wasn't all this online stuff. You want to stay close. You want to be an ear. You want to be an extra set of eyes to watch what your kid's going through. But while you're watching, you want to know that they know what to do. You want to give them the ability to take this bullying and turn it into their victory, their story of how they overcame. Of course, if they're in a situation that the odds are stacked too heavily against them, you're going to do whatever you have to do, but at the same time, you want them to know and trust that they can win those hard fights.
I agree. I think the best way to get over bullying personally is to have confidence, because if you're confident in yourself, then bullying won't affect you like it will some people who might not have as much confidence. So as a parent, I would instill that confidence. Let them know that you have their back, but also let them know that you're going to teach them how to handle that themselves, so they can take ownership of that and build on it.
If you're asking questions of how do I help my kid with bullying, you're already doing something right. Work to create a relationship where your kids talk to you. Work to create a relationship where you know what's going on in your kid's life. You got anything else on bullying?
I think that's it. Thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it.